As many of you know, I'm Dr. Alejandro.
And I'm Dr. Emily.
And we're on a mission to rebuild chiropractic one partnership at a time.
We help chiropractors open practices, revive failing ones, and step into their true calling. This is the Path to Victory podcast.
Hello, everybody. We're again here with Dr. Alex. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to mastermind. He has a couple questions written down for me of his clinic. I know exactly what's going on with his clinic. So we're basically going to break it down specifically, like if it was a normal meeting, to see how can we grow and solve the problems that he has. He was going over the questions there. He didn't know how to formulate them. So like he had time to write them down. I don't know exactly what he's going to ask me. So we're about to know, shoot it from the hip, how we would do in a meeting. And that way you see exactly how we finish our meetings. Every Tuesday, we finish them with this kind of details. We call them IDS, issues to discuss, issue, discuss, and solve. So that's exactly what we're about to do here. Bring it on.
Yeah, so the first question that I have is, you knew how we double our practice in just 1 month, actually in December. We went from 22K to 42K in just 1 month. We a couple of days close to. So that was a huge month for us. Now, the question that I have is, we did all that without hiring anybody. We didn't change anything. All we did was leveling up our energy and the attitude, and that just projected to our staff and our patients as well. But now, how can we double that 42 to a 48? What are those big key things that would move the needle farther and not get distracted with the little things?
So you're jumping from 42 to how many?
To 84.
84. So basically double everything, and that will get you in a $1 million practice, correct?
100%.
Okay.
Yep.
So little things, because the system that got you to the 20, it was the same that got you to the 40, but the same that got you to the one that got you to the 40 is not going to get you to the 80. What do I mean? Okay. So you're getting a lot of new patients. That's great. Right now you're closing 50%, 70?
65%.
65%. Okay. And you're getting the new patients. And from day 1 to day 3, what is the percentage right now?
80. It was 88.
88. What I am asking is because they do a 3-day process. So that's why I'm asking from day 1 to day 3, what is the conversion of the people that keep showing up? That way we know exactly what we're dealing with. Okay. So we already know his closing rate, the percentage. What is your closing rate or maintenance?
Maintenance at this point, we're actually at 90.
Okay. So that is 90. And you want to do the 80 by when?
I was thinking in a quarter and 90 day.
In 90 days, that's great. Okay, because the people that started 90 days ago, that it was around October, that's when you started getting momentum. That's exactly what's going to happen coming up this month, actually. You're going to have a lot of maintenance curve plans. Okay, so let's suppose you don't do a 90, you lower it to 80. We're still talking there. It's going to be around 10 grand base, because I know your price is exactly what you're doing. Okay, if we keep the same new patient, we don't need to do more new marketing for new patients. What we need to do is focus on the closing. How do we do that right now? Okay. So we know you're not a capacity. Capacity is a myth in between you and I talking here. So you and Ali have a lot of space still. Okay. But you have one staff. You have a huge space. Okay. So we already know you do therapies. You have to do the therapy. Your staff comes. They need to take the patient out. They check in patients. They check out patients. They bring patients to your room. Only one staff. So we're going to have to hire one more staff, okay? The current staff that you have, we want her on the front because she's a closer right now. After we train her, she's killing the closing. She's the one that present financials. So when they open, Alex and Ali were presenting the financials. Okay, we struggle a lot on that because they didn't have the authority. I don't know if you heard the episode that we had together. He talked about the authority, how they were missing that. So their closing rate was pretty low. As we train the staff, now she's presenting care plans and she's actually closing them pretty well. 65 he mentioned, correct?
65, but also we improved the CER a lot. We did a lot of training in that
65%, we could definitely grow that to 80. Let's shoot for 75%, okay? So we need to keep training her. That's what I will focus on, okay? So you can put it there, just keep training her on scenarios. Okay, what to do when this happens, what to do. Basically, we're not taking no for an answer because at the end of the day, you want to help that person. Okay, that person needs care. So you already know we're going to do whatever it takes to help that person. We're not going to take no for an answer. And we need to train her for that. Okay, how can she be fully committed on training for that and not have any other distraction? Is hiring another staff.
CA.
Okay, and this CA, what it's gonna do, the title is gonna be therapy-floater. What do I mean? This is the one that is not gonna let your CA, your established CA, cannot leave the front desk. She's staying there, and if she leaves the front desk, it's 2% the curve plan. Okay, so this new staff that you're gonna hire is taking people from the front to the back and to the back to the front. Okay, hooking people on therapies, bring them to you, and bring them to the front. Okay, so if you see based on your office, that person is gonna be like this, basically like an N. Okay, so you need them to keep moving. Okay, that's gonna help your CA to be focused, present, to present those financials. Okay, now let's talk about you guys, because you mentioned that your mental toughness got strong around October, and that created momentum. So you need to keep the momentum. You cannot lower your energy. Okay, February, we're in Texas. We always have at least 1 day of ice that kills the momentum. Okay, so you cannot let that. Let's suppose you need to close 1 day because of snow or ice. You cannot keep. You cannot let that momentum shift. Okay. Another thing that we're doing is to the patients that didn't present the care plan. We're targeting when we go high level emails and text messages to bring them back with a credit. And that day we're gonna present the care plan again. Okay. To the people that finished the care plan and didn't sign up for maintenance, we're targeting them as well with another campaign to bring them back, to help them. That way they don't need to invest again in a whole care plan. Okay, so we're focusing on reactivation. It's not that you need all the new patients, but that helps as well, just in case if we lack on the closing rate. Okay, does that make sense to you?
100%, yeah.
Okay, what other question or any question that you have from that, or one of your other questions?
No, it makes sense to hiring another CA. The other question that I have was more, when it comes as the owners, right? You're with a partner. Right now, in this case, I'm partnering with my wife, Dr. Ali. And I know that you partner with your wife as well. When you see something coming as maybe a problem with a staff, or maybe a problem that might be an issue in a week or so, but they haven't seen that yet, how can you bring that out to them when they are not seeing it?
Tell me an example.
So we have a situation going on with our current CA that she was doing everything we were asking for, but there was something off.
On the office or personal life?
Personal life.
Okay.
But it was hard to tell. Like if we haven't been with her more than 5 months, I would not even tell.
Okay.
So I saw that coming. Dr. Ali haven't seen it yet. So it was hard for me to articulate what I was seeing that potentially be an issue.
And you're asking me this because I know you don't know how to deliver it well if you have to communicate with the girl, correct? You're like me. You're like me. Like we don't know how to deliver it kindly. Like that's why you and I understand each other so good, because it's like you suck, basically. That's how we talk to each other. But we can definitely not talk to like that to like your staff.
100%.
So in a situation like that, when you have your level 10 meetings on a Tuesday, okay, on IDS, you need to kind of bring it up if you want to in the meeting, or you tell Ali at your house, like, hey, I have noticed, let's suppose her name is Miss Jones. I have noticed that Miss Jones is not doing what she's supposed to. Like, I just feel that she's off. There's something wrong. Why does that matter? Because if Miss Jones has a problem at the house, that problem is going to influence in your practice. Okay, so this is a reminder that most of the time, and it sounds silly, but most of the time your staff has a problem at the house, she or he is not going to perform 100% at the clinic. Okay, because they have that distraction on the back of the head, and they're not like you. They're not the owners of the clinic that they're 100% committed. So if something's going on at home, it's going to influence. So I will start by telling it to Ali, okay? And Ali as a girl, we have a couple options. Ali as a girl can go, hey girl, like I have noticed this isn't this, or do you want to go get lunch together? You know, and just like, yeah, I've noticed this isn't this. Is everything like good home? You know, this is a safe place. Okay. Second will be to talk over on the meeting about like, hey guys, as a reminder, if we have personal issues, let's leave a bit like outside of the door, and then when you leave the clinic, you take them again if you want, but don't bring your personal stuff to the office because it affects everyone. Okay, especially with the momentum that you want. You don't want a virus there right now, because it's going to contaminate you and Ali as well. It's like when you guys have low energy, your staff could feel that low energy. So that's exactly what's happening right now that you're feeling from her. So you could deliver it to Ali. Ali could invite her to lunch or something and express it to her. Not on the meeting, just say it in general. But I think one of the core values is radical candid, like just being honest, constructive communication. So I think the option number one of Ali talking with her should be great. Now, let's suppose it's a new problem. Like, hey, Ali, like, you're already seeing a problem with just having one staff, but we need two. Those are things that you need to notice, and you usually do it. You bring it to the meetings on IDS, because identify, discuss, and solve is part of the meeting. And every time you want to bring an IDS, you want to bring a problem every time, because it means the clinic is doing perfect, basically, that we know it's not. Like, in order for the clinic to be perfect, it takes a lot. Like, not even us. So we always have to bring an IDS, and you need to require your staff to bring an IDS in every single meeting, because there has to be a problem. So that's when you start seeing, that's why the system is there. You start seeing the problems that are going to come, and that way you can solve them before it's actually a problem.
Yeah.
What other question do you have?
So going into that, and we keep talking about that, we're getting to the point to hire another CA. We know that we want to hire an A player, but we also understand that in order to get those A players, they're going to want to work for someone that is good, right? So we also need to better ourselves in that aspect.
Correct.
Besides working on yourself, leveling up your energy, and also showing up the way that you say that you were going to show up and would you want your staff to show up, how can you find that A player?
So the A player is like working with A players. So you already said it, you need to be your best self in order to bring an A player. That's number one. What we've seen is to get an A player, we go through 5 in order to get 1 nowadays. But that's for us. For you guys, it might be less or it might be more. Okay. So that is something that we talk with our mentor, and now we're going to do it as well. We're always going to be hiring. Okay. What do I mean? We're always hiring, because if there's someone that comes and apply and it's literally the perfect candidate, I'm not going to tell them, oh, we don't have space. We're going to take that and we're going to make a space available. And that way our staff knows that we're always hiring. You need to be on your A game. It's basically, I compare it with a baseball team. Okay. You want the dugout full, the dugout that there's pitchers and all that. So you want to have the dugout full, and from there, you're going to find your A player. Just in case, like someone quits, perfect. If, things happen in life that the staff probably is not going to be there forever, so you're always hiring. And once you get that A player, you're going to identify that A player, and you're going to want to hire more people like that person. Okay, and that's what happened to us. For us right now, it's literally every 5 hires, we can find 1 A player, so it's been rough.
So what about, I know that you guys have hired patients before, have turned out good, and other ways have turned out that well. We have a patient right now that she's just coming out of high school, going into college. She's really interested into chiropractic right now. Would you say that might be a good hire, since you're saying to have the dugout full? Or should we take the risk or no in this case? Would she be
part-time or full-time?
So at this moment, we need a full-time, so we will need a full-time.
But is she going to school or no?
Not now.
So
she might plan going to school, but maybe
next
semester or so. But she took a break right now. Yeah.
Okay, so if she's taking a break, in the position that you need, that we talk about floating, I will hire that person. And that person's going to help you basically with like how to design those roles specifically. And have the checklist for that person. As it's a teenager, it's young, she's gonna make a lot of mistakes, but it's gonna help you exactly know what you want there. In my opinion, that's what has worked for us. Now, if we're looking at it long term and you want an A player, that's not gonna be probably your A player. So if you're actually looking for an A player to do that, to be in that position, I'll probably not hire her.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because she's probably not going to be an A player. But again, you probably know her more than me, so you might know. But if she's going to school, I don't want to invest my time on her to then her like leave next semester. That would be my biggest problem, because you already know onboarding staff is a pain on the butt. So, if we're looking at it long term, I would not hire her for that reason. But you guys have never had 2 staff. That's why I'm telling you, like, it might actually work just to see like a trial, and that way you see what's working, what's not working.
Gotcha. So in that case, when you hire in a patient that's already monthly, like paying monthly for their care, do you give that care for them for free, or let them keep paying for that care that you're receiving if they're going to work for you?
So she's a patient, and now she starts working with you, and she's still on a monthly reoccurring.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Active care. Yeah.
In active care. So that's happened with us. The person that works for us, she was under care when you were there, actually.
Yeah.
And then we hired her. So what we did is stop her care, stop her payment, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Wherever they were. Now, like, she's a staff and she gets free care.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so that was great. And I know more questions will come, and we're going to do more of this. I love this. It's like literally. And the reason I'm telling you, I'll go back. The reason I'm telling you to hire that person, I wouldn't tell that to everyone, but I'm telling you that because it will be your first time with 2 staff. And second is because I know what you have on the back end, on the bank, so you could play with it, because you have the cash flow that lets you play with it, trial with it, and you have us as well. So we could play with it. But if it was someone else, I wouldn't try it. It's just because I know your situation and I know the background that you have and everything. I would do it. But if it was someone else, I would tell them, don't do it, and like look for that A player. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna keep doing this, more hot seats, but don't forget to subscribe, pathtovictorycairo.com. The newsletter is popping, so don't miss it.